It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. What? It's Friday then.
What's going on, guys? So decided to do a question and answer vlog. I guess was having all this downtime with stage 4 lockdowns and stuff in Melbourne. There's not a lot to do, so I thought this is a vlog that I can do from home. So I've just started a ask me a question box, and they're starting to roll in now. So we've got hundreds there. So what I'll do, I guess I want to keep it a bit more serious, so I guess better questions that I'll pick. I obviously can't get through them all, but I'll give it a crack. We'll go through them, I'll show you the question, and then we'll just work through them until I guess I've had enough. But I just had a look at some really good questions in there, stuff that I haven't even really thought about, so it should be a bit of an interesting vlog, very open, and if I didn't get your question answered, I'll try and do more. Sometimes I'll do some live streams and stuff, but at least this way I can sort of ignore just the stupid questions that are taking the piss and actually try and answer any questions that you guys have. Alright guys, well, enjoy. We'll wait for these to come through. I'll go through and pick some out, and then get stuck into them. Alright, so I've just let the the Q&A thing go for 24 hours so on my story, so that everyone could see it. We've got probably 1,000 questions, which obviously I can't do. So I just went through my phone, screenshotted some ones that caught my eye. I've just copied them onto the computer now, and there's 103 that I screenshotted, so I'm not going to do that much because they're still going to be too long. So I just put a heap on here, so I'll go through them. I think if I try and get about, I don't know, maybe 60 questions or 70 questions and keep them under a minute each, I'll be able to get through them pretty quick, and then I can try and answer as many as I can. But I'm definitely not going to be able to answer everyone's questions. There's too many. But I've picked most of the questions that came up like 3 or 4 times, so obviously they're more common questions. So let me sort these out, and then we'll get started. Thanks guys. Alright, so I've had a bit of a look through them. I deleted a few, but a lot of them are actually good questions I haven't even thought about. It's actually made me rethink a bit of shit, especially about the future and stuff. But some really good questions, so I just thought, fuck it, I'll just go through it and I'll just try and just pump through them, and then if you want to fast forward, you can fast forward or whatever. But I think a lot of them are really good questions, so I'll just keep moving through them and we'll get started. But yeah, we're at 97, so let's go. Alright guys, I've had a bit of a sleep, so I'm feeling a bit more refreshed now, so I can get through these. So let's get into it. Where are we? Question 1, being a business owner, how did you transition from tools to admin? I'm struggling to handle both. So that was a very, very hard thing to do. For years I got caught up probably on the tools too long than I should have. You end up missing out on good business opportunities, working on the business, expanding because you're too busy actually on the tools. Best thing you can, just keep getting people in and spend the time with them, and you'll eventually find that person that can just sort of learn, think for themselves, and I guess just take pride in their work, which allows you to feel, I guess, safe and trust them to do their own thing while you work on the business. Eventually, until you just work less and less and less until you're off the tools. How have you found yourself surrounded by equally as successful, motivated people? I think that it naturally just happens. You end up just hanging out with people who you get along with. So I've ended up finding myself with guys who love running their own business, B, into cars, C, love to party. I guess you just find out whoever's got stuff in common with you. If you really love being successful, you'll automatically end up in a circle of people that are or want to be successful. And it's definitely the best thing. If you're finding yourself in the wrong circle, it's just never too late to start again, even though you sound like a bit of a, dick. You just got to get into your own circle, because it's just toxic if you're not. And yeah, you won't. It's really hard to move forward. Do you consider yourself a celebrity? No. I would just say I'm a normal person from bloody Langwarrin. I'm always stoked when people come up and get photos and introduce themselves and have a laugh. And but yeah, I'm just a normal dude, just fucking loves to get loose and stuff. Question, what are we up to 4? How do you have time for yourself with everything you have going on? It's a really good one. It's very hard. Sometimes I just want to shut off social media for a couple of weeks and just do my own thing. The other side is social media is what brings me income, so I need to stay active on it. I need to be producing content, engaging with followers and stuff, which I do enjoy. It's not a job for me, but there is times where I just love to I've never watched a series of, I think I watched the OC, which is the only series I've ever watched on like TV or Netflix and stuff, and just never really get time for that. But yeah, just getting up earlier and earlier to try and squeeze more in the day, that always helps. But yeah, it's a hard battle. What car have you kept longest? The GDO. I got that when I was 21 and I'm 30 now, so I've still got that, and that's not going anywhere. I'll never sell that. If money wasn't a thing, what car would you pick and why? I'd probably pick like a Koenigsegg, because they're just stupid money, but that's not what it's about. They're just fucking crazy. Like when you look them up, the Koenigsegg's, like the sound of them and the performance, interior, the looks, like, man, they're just a freaking wild car. Question 7, what was the process you took to start ECM Label? What were the steps you took to get it started? So, mind you guys, all these questions, I'm not going to answer like what is 100% fact and what's right and what's wrong. This is just obviously what's worked for me, in my opinion. But for me, ECM Label, start off with a small local manufacturer, so you can buy minimum quantities of like 20 hoods and 30 t-shirts, stuff like that. Then once you move all them, generally you reinvest all that money, do a bigger order to 100, get your prices down a bit. Till you can go to like China, start ordering 300, 400, 500, then you really get your prices down, can do more custom designs and stuff. But if you're not willing to reinvest your money back in that you spend, you're never going to grow. You'll just stay small. You literally got to get all the money that you've made from selling it and just dump it back in again. Oh, and people asking, like I get asked all this time, but my local manufacturer is Australian Merch Co. They do all our clothing, and if we get anything from overseas, we usually go on Alibaba, order samples, try it. If we like it, go ahead from there. Where do you do your track days, bro? I'm literally banned from every track. Like, there's just no tracks in Melbourne that let you actually break traction. Can't even think of one. Like, there's no track days anymore for me, which, fuck, that sucks. Did you ever doubt that Eye Candy ECM would be a failure, or was it going to work no matter what? Look, I've definitely had tough times, and there was times where I was like, fuck, this is borderline not going to work. But on the other side, like, the question, like, I knew it had to work no matter what. So you just go into like a freaking overdrive mode and work 24 hours, ring every person, network as much as you can, try and get yourself out of the mess. And where there's will, there's a way. So yeah, at the very start, when I first got my first factory lease, that was probably my doubt. I'm like, have I done the right thing? And just went into it, and yeah, it's the best thing I ever did. And number 10, what were you doing before you started up your own business? What was I doing? So I was actually working at Autobarn selling car audio. I was working at Autobarn Frankston, and doing like white walls and guard rolling on weekends. So I was in between sort of working from home in the garage, doing a bit of suspension, wheeling and dealing wheels and tires. So like I'd go on Gumtree, get some cheap wheels for 500, you know, like fix the gutter rash a bit, maybe white wall them, put them up for 1,000, you know, make $300-400 here and there a week, plus some white walls, plus some Autobarn stuff. And yeah, it was all right, but pretty much I had to leave my full-time like Autobarn job so that I could actually start Eye Candy. When's Mr. Candy gonna have a little choice on? Good question. I don't know yet. I've always said that I've never been ready, but then I think I've just come to terms that no one's ever really ready. So I don't know. Whatever. I've actually, I've always been sort of not saying I'd have time for it, but I think I would now. Like, especially being off the tools, I'll be able to spend a lot of time with them. What made you believe yourself about making ECM? Are you happy it's big now? I guess that's where your passion comes in. Super passionate about working on cars. I love cars. I love everything about cars. So it's sort of made ECM in itself, because even if it didn't seem very successful at the start, I was having fun. And I loved it, so I just kept on it. What are we, 13? What did you find was the hardest thing starting your business? I guess getting your name out there, like that's the hardest thing. You know, trying to get people talking and everything. Also, you get a lot of like, I guess, hate and people not supporting it, and randoms just talking badly about it for no reason. It's just like a new thing, so then everyone just gives a shit. But pretty much as soon as you get your name out there and you do some good jobs and people get talking, I'm trying to break the internet. Like I just did whack shit. Like we were just putting gold wheels on Commodores and like taking the rear springs out and having them axed and loud as, and even though people, even if they hated it, they were still sharing it, and like probably like half our business grew off haters at the start. So yeah, that's one thing for that. What are we on? I'll just have a check. Already 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm going pretty good for time. 14. What was harder, growing ECM or currently managing Troy Candy brand socials, ECM clothing? That's a good question. They're harder in their own ways. So growing the brand is growing ECM was very hard because I hadn't done it before. I hadn't done any courses before. I didn't know anything about it. It was literally just learn the whole way. You fuck up and then you're like, oh shit, I don't do that again. You keep going, and just a lot of difficulties, a lot of hurdles. Managing all my brands now, I know what I'm doing, sort of, but it's very hard because it's like stressful, because you've got like, you guys don't even know about other stuff, like other companies that I've started yet, which I don't want to say yet, but I've got like so much stuff going on and trying to dedicate time. So like, you know, today I'm going to do ECM, tomorrow I'm going to do Troy Candy, this I'm going to do ECM label, this I'm going to do that. That's very hard to keep your mind focused on one thing without worrying about something else. So that's very hard. How to get into wrapping cars. So pretty much when I was getting into it, I saw it being done overseas a lot. And I really loved it, but there was nothing really going on here. So I just had to learn off YouTube, do some DIYs. My first car, I actually wrapped in non-air release. So I don't know if any vinyl wrappers are watching, but you can imagine trying to wrap a car in my garage without any air release by myself, you know, putting like bumpers on my like garbage bins and pulling. It was just literally a nightmare. I got it done, but like I don't know how. Like I look back on it now, I'm like, fuck. I was dedicated, because if I did that for 5 minutes now, I would have given up and booted the car in or something. But yeah, literally just DIY, YouTube. I mean, YouTube's the best thing. You literally get free teaching. If you can just dedicate yourself to like actually put your mind to it, you can fucking learn to do anything. Cook, fucking, I don't know, rap, fucking be a chip. You probably build a house off fucking DIY YouTube stuff. So 16, what's the best way to learn how to skid and not wreck your car? For me, like, I shouldn't say this, but just going to the industrials, you know, by yourself, find the biggest bowl, court, whatever, have a bit of fun. I mean, I don't know how it's illegal, because you're literally in the middle of nowhere by yourself doing, like, I don't know, and they don't, like I said, there's no tracks and shit to learn on, so what can you do, really? But yeah, I practice in industrial estates for years. I used to go like 5-6 nights a week at like 1 a.m. and just practice drifting and stuff like that. So I'm not recommending that. That's just what I did. 17, what are your current business goals, plans moving forward with ECM? Actually got heaps of stuff. I want to redo the factory, so really step it up, like make it look ultra modern, all new uniforms, just lift the whole image up another level. Expand the clothing, which is going to be really good. The ECM label will be a complete new rebrand too, with heaps more to offer. Really expanding that. And yeah, so ECM and ECM label is going to be got a lot of ideas for that. It's going to be really good, and we've got a lot of shop cars that we're going to do that you know, like I do the promo cars that like ECM Jet or the Camaro. We've got some really cool ones coming up, so I'm really excited. Did you do any courses to help you prepare to manage your own business? I literally did nothing, like no business management courses, so I can't say if it would have helped or not. The hard thing is, at that age, like 16, 17, 18, 19, you've got business management courses, but fuck, like, I just wanted to drink UDLs and shit, let alone sit in a class and learn about business management. Like, it was not... I think if you could probably apply yourself to it at that age and actually really take it in, it would be very beneficial. So, 19, what were the main steps used to form a client base? I think the best sort of clients are word of mouth. So if you can do a good job on someone's car, Sarah would do a wrap on someone's car, he's really happy, he'll go and tell everyone, and then you might get another 2 jobs out of that one person, and then from those 2 people you might bring in more. The benefit with word of mouth is it's not a new person coming into business, so you don't get the whole, what guarantee have you got, I know you're going to do good work, can I, you know, see this, see that, ask a million questions, bust your balls on price. Someone who's a referral has already seen your work and they're happy with it, so they just want to book in. So the best client base is definitely referrals. What have we got? 20. How do you manage to keep your relationship life happy while being a busy man? How do I do that, babe?
What was the question?
How do you manage to keep your relationship life happy while being a busy man? I pretty much got no life. I just have to do everything that she says.
Oh, shut up!
That's a good question, and it also comes down to your partner. Not every, you know, I'm sure there's other girls out there that just couldn't deal with it. You know, having someone not around that much, but I guess as long as they understand that you're trying to bust your balls, you know, to make a better future and live a good life. If they can't understand that, I mean, that's not everyone can. So that's pretty much how hard it is. But I guess you know, I always try and include her in everything, anything I'm doing, any trip that I'm going. I ask her if she wants to come, or any event, or even just going for a drive, whatever. And then also just try and make as much time as I can just to do stuff with her. So 21, what was your vision growing up compared to where you are now? That's a good question. It's absolutely. I wouldn't have even fathomed like what is going on. Like, I remember I found an old photo of like a VX senator on my computer, and that was like my dream. Like, I remember thinking like it was a bagged VX senator on 20s, and I remember thinking like. I actually, I thought I could never even get a VX senator, but I'm like, imagine if you did, like, wouldn't even work anymore, I'd be retired. Like, growing up was just, yeah, completely different. I had no idea what I was going to do, didn't know what I was going to do in school, didn't, yeah, just absolutely completely different. I haven't even thought about it till I just read that question, so. Near-death experience. I nearly died. I got hit by a jet ski, broke all my ribs, popped my lung, got internal bleeding, and I was like pretty much dying on the beach. And then ambos came down, got me off the beach, and rushed me to Alfred, and was in critical condition, but got through it. So that was one. Other one, driving home from work, and a dude in a stolen car run a red light through an intersection, T-boned me at like 100 Ks. I actually didn't, like, I wasn't that bad. I broke my hand and some other shit. But it's like, if he had hit me like 1 second earlier, I think, or later, it would have been like a direct impact and would have, probably killed me. So, a couple of near-death experiences there. What do we got? 23. Are you going to buy a drift track and start your own races? That's like, that would be my dream. To have my own like fucking property, skid track, skid pan, run like, get everything going up again. Like, have like a cruise for charity, have all your Easter nats, like all the old school shit that's gone. I'd bring it all back and, really get the car scene pumping again. Melbourne's been crushed. Like, Princess Highway's gone because cops crushed that. All your Easter Nats and fucking performance car manias all been gone. Complaints and hassles and noise and like even skid meets. Like, there's no, like, people are just doing skid meets on the street. Like, how have they not built just a skid pan? Even just not even a track, just a skid pan to get run off the road. I just don't understand, but. That is actually something I've been looking into, but, finding like permits and laws and noise regulations, EPAs, fucking what you can and can't do. It's just, Victoria's just such a nanny state. Like, it's just, but that is my dream. Like, if I had unlimited money, I'd go buy that, fucking, what was it? The Holden Proving Grounds in Lang Lang or whatever. Fuck, that would be sick. How did you and the OGVT crew meet? Freddie, Jerry, etc. So all my interstate buddies are literally all Instagram networking. I guess we're all pretty loud on social media. I'd like to think we're pretty funny, but no, we all got shit in common. Into cars, we're just doing dumb shit, and I guess you end up just getting mates send it. Oh, look at this dude, like someone sent me, I can't even remember how I found Jerry's shit, but someone sent me like years ago and he was just making all these funny videos. I'm like, fuck off, like this cunt's a funny cunt. And then same with all the other boys, you got all the Black Diamond boys. That was through Sean and all that. I had to wrap the Candyman's cars, and I was asking a mate up there, and I said, do you know anywhere I could do it? And he said, his name was Mitch, and he's like, yeah, I got my car tinted at Black Diamond. I think I might be able to put you in touch with them. And then, I got onto them, and they were like, yeah, sweet, use the shop. Yeah, same as like Saf, Garage 84, all the boys, just all Instagram. So, you can fucking make some good mates out of it. 25, what's your dream build? What car would you want to do, and what would you do to it? Okay, so I said my dream car before was a Koenigsegg. That's not a build because you just buy it. Dream build. So I've always loved to, like, I'd love to go nuts on a car and dump heaps of money into it because, but the only thing is, obviously, when you dump bulk coin into a build, you just lose money. You just burn it up. If you go, once you spend over 50k on a car, like on mods, then anything after that, you were just burning it. But which I've done with the GTO, so I know from experience. But if I had like my dream build, I love a white E1 GDS, so the VE E1 GDS, a white one with like tubbed cage, blow out the bonnet, turbo 400, some fat ass wheels. E1 HSVs are just the fattest, toughest looking shape ever. Fuck it, even better than the VF, everything. I just like VFs because the interior is better, but yeah, E1s, fuck. I'd just love to do a full blown hectic burnout, fucking blow out the bonnet looking motherfucker. Do you have much money growing up? Good question. How the hell are we going for time? What are we at? I can't even see. 22 minutes and I'm on 26. Yeah, I'm still going less than a minute. Like we were alright, like we weren't poor, but I'd say we're just an average family. But mum and dad definitely gave us like everything we had. So we never went without, but it didn't mean that they would just add cash to blow. They would just prioritise, like, I don't think they ever really went on holidays or did anything for themselves. They just did everything for us kids. So yeah. Have you lost any close friends more successful you are? Good question. I've lost close friends over the time and everything. But it's a hard thing. I guess the more successful you get, it's not just them. I guess it's a mutual thing. If people don't want to like support you, or they're a bit toxic, or even though they're a friend, if they're just like getting you in trouble, or like, I don't know, I'm a pretty bad influence, so I'm probably that person, but you do separate yourself. Like you do, I probably 5 years ago, I probably had 100 mates like that I'd speak to regularly. Now I've probably got like 10, like if that. So yeah, the numbers go down, but I think that's the thing with age, not just being successful, which I'm not saying I'm fucking super successful, but yeah. What are we, 28? Are you going to build a Barra? Fuck yeah. I'm hanging to build a Barra. I had an XR6 Turbo Ute. Actually, I've had a few, but I miss my FG. But I do a FPV F6. But I just got to wait for the times right. I've got fucking that many cars right now. I would just sit there. I want to actually build one and drive it and love it. 29. What would be your favourite raffle car and why? Definitely the red VF GDS. Just the power and shit, like it had 630 kilowatts, but because it was supercharged, it was just so instant and it just sounded crazy. The colour was off its head, the trim was off its head. It was just off its head. That car was definitely my favourite. Can you elaborate more on the law of attraction and how it works for you? Vision files. So anyone who doesn't know about law of attraction, I guess real quickly, my mum gave me a book when I was young called The Secret, and The Secret is written about the law of attraction. Elaborating more on that is, it just pretty much is like, it's in the law of attraction. So whatever you think about happens, whatever you think about, you actually manifest. So for instance, like real quickly, it says in the book, like, you know, if you wake up in the morning, stub your toe real bad, get in a shit mood, you'll probably be flustering and fucking around, and you'll probably drop your coffee like when you're making it, and then you're like, fuck, this day is going to be shit, and then because you're already pissed off, you'll get a speeding fine on the way to work, but it's all because you're like thinking about it and making it happen. You can do the opposite. You can be like, yeah, I'm going to be sweet today, today's going to be a good day, but you're like, you really got to believe in it, and then you can just grow bigger and bigger, from having a small day to, like me, dreaming of cars like the Ferrari that I was just a fucking normal kid, grew up in Langwarrin, and like I never even seen a Ferrari in my life. I didn't even know anyone with a Ferrari. I just seen Ferraris on like TVs, but I was just so sure. I was like, yep, I'm gonna have it. And like, when you learn, if you look up The Secret and read about it, you learn it just happens. Everything like makes way. Things happen, little stepping stones, and then it'll just come to you. But the trick is like believing it. As soon as you go, nah, I'm not going to have it, like, how are you ever going to get one if you're already doubting yourself? So 31, apart from your business, you invest in a property, shares of property. I did my first bit of property purchasing, and for me, yeah, no good. The return I get on reinvesting in my businesses, online sales, everything is far greater than property. So that was a really big mistake for me. I got a lot of money tied up in property that I've learned now, I just rent wherever, like I'm just better off renting. But property as in commercial, I'm looking at purchasing a factory because that could be good for me because I can rent it to myself. But shares, yeah, I've got a financial advisor. He controls all my shares, so I'm not too in depth with it, but he just gives me updates every week of what I own and where and what his plans are and stuff like that. But that's all under my super. So my super is in shares. What car do you regret selling the most? Definitely my Skyline, my R33, the one I got the what do you call it, skid nomination fucking news article on. They were gonna impound that, so I just sold it. Yeah, I should have I don't know why I sold it for like $6,000. Fully registered R33, big high mount turbo. It was clean as. It was fucking sick. Fuck, I'm getting upset talking about it. But yeah, I've looked every day for another Skyline. They're just all fucked. They're like $20,000 and they're just fucking fucked out. So yeah, that sucks. What are we, 33? Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? Good question. The last 10 years has been that fucking crazy that I couldn't even comprehend the stuff that I've done, the places that I've been, the people I've met. So I just can't even, who knows what the next 10 years has. Life's going so fast. Things are expanding so quick. I've got no idea the next 10 years. If you weren't in the automotive industry, what do you think you'd be doing for a living? So I would... That's a good question. I've always liked DJ stuff, like making songs, music. I've been into music heaps, so I don't know, and like clubs and gigs and events. I don't know, maybe some sort of event management or, producing or something along them lines. I did actually apply for the police force when I got out of school. I did my police exam. I passed everything. I just had to resit the maths. But while I was had to rebook for the maths, I've just seen a lot of bad shit happen while I was young with police and I guess innocent people and stuff, and it's just something I didn't want to be a part of, so I never went back. What do you think was the most crucial decision you had to make business-wise? Definitely moving factories. Every time I move factories, whole new overheads, more jobs need to come through. Scaling the business is definitely something I really need to think about and make sure it's all done properly, otherwise you could fall behind a bit. 36. If you could live your dreams, but you're definitely going to die at 40, would you or continue life? I'm definitely someone that believes that tomorrow's never promised, so I'm more of a live your dreams sort of guy. I've seen too many people, stuff happen, pass away, get diagnosed with cancer, stuff like that. So I'm definitely not one to save all my money till I'm 50 and then, worry about spending it then. 37. If you won big in the lotto, what would you do? I'd definitely just go buy that Lang Lang property at the old Holden testing ground. Easy. No questions asked. When is Ex-Hustler finished? Very, very soon. Couple of weeks. And APS has done a crazy job. It's going to be like a whole new car, and I'm doing a whole vlog on it. So yeah, you guys will see it all. It's going to be sick. What's your best tip for building a good business? Definitely just happy customers and then get customer referrals. Don't worry about being the cheapest, just be the best and you'll get repeat business. How do I stay clear-headed when I have so many ideas and so many things to do? So this is a big thing for me. Literally micromanaging each thing I've got to do for the day. So if I've got 100 things to do for the week, I'll just break it down. Monday morning, spend an hour doing this. 11 to 12 doing that. 1 to 2 doing that. Otherwise, you just sit down and you go, fuck, I've got so much shit to do, and you just can't deal with it, and it's just, yeah, it's overwhelming. Will you get a supercar in the next few years? To be honest, probably not. They're cool as fuck, but I just have more fun in the HSVs, even AMGs, stuff like that. Supercars are wild, but I just don't know. They're cool for other, like, to turn heads and stuff, but I don't know. It's not my sort of thing. Do you feel like you're the one always giving work and personal? If so, how do you take more time for you? Yeah, look, I do try and always make sure I like talk to everyone, get back to everyone, return all my messages and inboxes, and people always reach out for help and stuff like that. And I always try to give people time. It does get very draining because, you know, it might be 10 minutes with one person, but times that with, 1,000 people, start to, put some time in. So for me, my time is my trips, America, when I go to Vegas, stuff like that. I just switch off and just have fun, enjoy myself. So, I mean, even over there, I still work at night or write back to people and stuff, but it's a lot more time to myself where I just really switch off. 43, have you lived in Melbourne all your life and reckon you'll ever consider moving? Yeah, always lived in Melbourne, always from born in Melbourne, everything. But with this corona stuff, I've realised that, I'm able to work from the laptop. So we've potentially looked at, moving around, maybe Queensland or something. So I want to move to America, but Anita's not a fan. So yeah, maybe like Queensland or something. We'll just see what happens. Will you ever set up another shop and expand the business? And you did, what state would you go to? I was going to open one in Queensland, but I pulled the pin. I'd just rather have one solid shop, one really well-known shop, and people could just freight their cars from all around Australia to that one shop and just make that one shop perfect, big, best, fucking everything. How did you and your girl meet? So I just was going out with a mate heaps one night on Chapel, and he said, oh, my missus is going to come out, I'll tell her to bring her friends. So yeah, she ended up coming out with one of my mates missus. Yeah, I just met her then, she's fucking sexy as, and then got talking and she was cool, so we just fucking hit it off straight away. We're at 46. Why do you keep your posts 1,000? Just OCD. It fucking shits me because I got to stop deleting shit, but I just like that 1,000 number. So, but I'm starting to delete some good shit. So I don't know. I might have to break that 1,000 and maybe up it. I don't know. We'll see. Do you get hate and how do you deal with it? Yeah, I think everyone does in some way. Mostly off just anonymous fake profiles. So it obviously doesn't mean much. I mean, it doesn't mean anything if it was off a real profile anyway, but I just think for the biggest thing, it's just, I just feel sorry for them, they'll watch all my videos and just hate on everyone, and I just think, fuck, you're watching hours and hours of my content, you hate me, and it just makes me feel a bit, they haven't got much going on for them and stuff, and probably rather than reach out and just say, if they're not happy with themselves and shit, I'd probably rather try and turn them from a hater to a fan. But, you can't help everyone. What's your advice for people struggling with depression? Look, I'm no professional with that. I haven't been through serious depression. I've been around it a lot, like mates and stuff like that, and I've done a lot of charity work with it. I think for same from what I've heard is healthy body, healthy mind. Your body is what you put into it's going to affect you. So if you eat healthy and act and exercise, I've heard that that's number one thing to really lift your whole body and mind, cause it's all connected. But also, you got professionals out there, Lifeline, or just seeing someone and speaking up. You just need to talk to someone. Things in your head might be worse than they are, and you might talk to someone and realise it's not that bad. So, as I said, I'm no pro, but that would be my suggestions. Definitely speaking up. Who's my biggest inspiration? Would be Johnny Danger from New Zealand. He passed away, but I still look at all his videos all the time, and he was just genuine funny bloke, didn't pretend to be anyone else, just did his thing, got really well known, and he's definitely an inspiration. And Shooter Williams, same thing, just bees himself, makes you laugh, does his own thing. I mean, they're no way super extremely successful, but they made a living off just being themselves, and it helps me because sometimes, you know, I think, fuck, you know, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have posted this, and then I think about them, I'm like, you know what, fuck it, just be yourself, and if someone doesn't like it, they can just unfollow you. It's easy. What motivates you to succeed? Literally, it's just my passion. So it's just go. I don't have any motivation to succeed, as in, I guess, make massive dollars. My motivation is just enjoying what I do. It just keeps me going. 51. What is the best car you've driven? Best car, like my best car is a VF GTS. I just fucking froth them, but probably like the most like hectic car that's just, you can appreciate them because they're just fucking wild, is Chris's Aventador. Like, just to jump in a factory car that's that fucking fast, that loud, that hectic, like, and just driving it, it's just fucking, yeah, every single person just stares like, what the fuck, and just hopping out, the doors go up and shit like that. Definitely Aventador, they're fucking wild. Number one thing you miss doing the most before lockdown? Definitely dinner with the boys. You know, going to a big dinner, ordering fucking way too many espresso martinis, you know, getting like a big feed, entrees, this, that, just getting pissed and being loud and just fucking, you know, and then that usually ends up fucking into a big night from there. And yeah, I miss the big dinners. What was the biggest inspiration that kept you running Eye Candy? Just knowing like that, there's nothing else from, like, I can't imagine doing anything else in life but running Eye Candy. And I love the way how highly people talk about Eye Candy. Like, I would be like ringing up somewhere to say get insurance, and they go, oh, can I send you an email address? And I said, yeah. And it's like, Eye Candy, like, oh, Eye Candy, you guys do awesome work. Or like, just the randomest people, like, I'll go into a shop and I'll say like ECM on me, and then they're like, oh, do you work at ECM? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, you guys do some more, like, just that really is like a big, you know, I just love how highly people talk about it. Really feels good, so it definitely makes me love it. Is ECM your only income? This is a good question, because a lot of people probably don't think about stuff, but so I've got Eye Candy Motorsports, does all the services to cars, so, you know, your wrap, wheels, tyres, suspension, interior stuff. I've got ECM Label, which is the clothing company. I've also got a Troy Candy, so all the snorkels, stuff like that. I get a little bit of money off, like, you know, your YouTubes, Twitch, subscribers, shit like that. So you got that there. And yeah, I've got some other businesses set up. They're not really making money yet because I haven't told anyone about it. But when I do, they should be really good. So between all those, yeah, it works out good for me. 55. Would you ever bring a car up to Queensland Raceway and do a power cruise drift day? I definitely am hanging to. Yeah, especially if I move to Queensland, I'll just obviously have my cars up there. I fucking love how much Queensland has power cruises and fucking track days. Like, I'm fucking hanging. I really want to get up there. What obstacles have you dealt with in your professional and private life? This is probably a hard one to think off the top of my head. You know, been through some shit things with relationships. I guess, you know, same as anyone, like, breakups and shit can be bad. They can fuck with you a bit mentally. A breakup's never good. Like, if you've been with someone for a long time, you know, I've been with a couple of people for, you know, 3 or 4 years, and have big breakups. That's a bit of an obstacle. Professional, I guess, I've had like dramas at work, had like break-ins, stuff like that. You know, I lost like every dollar to my name when I put it all in a safe and someone broke in. So obviously I don't keep money at work anymore. So if any of you bastards are watching, yeah, I don't even know why I brought a safe, because like, if you break in and you see a safe, you just try and break into that. Like, it's like, I would have actually been better off leaving the money under the carpet and then they broke into the safe. Like, anyway, 57. Do you invest your money in other places? Just put it all back into ECM. Yeah, all. So each business invests its own money into each business. So ECM's money goes back into ECM. ECM label back into ECM label. Troy Candy back into Troy Candy, and then whatever profits I've got after that, I invest it into new businesses. So plus, like I said before, the superannuation shares. Going to try buy a factory. So yeah, I love that's why I sort of like, you see me talk about on social media, like why I don't have a real Rolex, or why I don't have like, you know, fucking real Yeezys and shit like that, because I just want to reinvest in everything. I can't be fucked buying dumb shit when I'm not in a position to. So yeah, that's my biggest thing. What is your overall goal in life? Good question. Overall goal in life, I guess, would be the same as everyone's. To, be financially free, healthy, have a family and shit. But my goal for the most important goal of it, I guess, is just freedom. I don't want to be locked. I'm working from home or working from fucking Jamaica or wherever. I just want to have my laptop and just go work remotely from anywhere and travel the world. That's probably my biggest thing. 59. How do you not get distracted and procrastinate? I'm the biggest procrastinator ever. Some days are good, some days are bad. Some days are good. I'll just come in and be like, yep, bang, we're gonna do this, send these emails, check the Instagram, do the Facebook, go through this, send this letter, organize that, print that, fucking whatever, get this signed. I'm just like boom, boom, boom. Some days I sit down and I just look, I have so much shit to do, and I just sit there like this for ages, and I'll just check Instagram and I'll just fucking talk shit on there, and then I just have some really bad days and good days. But the bad days only is because I haven't structured what I need to do. So I just sit down, look at it all, it's too much. But if you break it down and micro do it, it's not that much. But yeah. Where did ECM start? Like, what were your first jobs? So when I first opened, I was just doing suspension. So I was lowering cars on King Springs. No coilovers, no airbags, like just King Springs. Guard rolling, white walls, and yeah, that's it. That was it, I think, yeah. And then just eventually learnt more services, a bit of wrapping. Then wrapping came in as like, a wrap a roof, maybe some mirrors, maybe bits and pieces, and yeah, just going from there. How long was the climb before you were happy with the success from ECM? Good question. Heaps of times I've looked back and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm happy, but then so I might have thought I was happy in 2015 or 2013. Now I look at it, I'm like, nah, I wasn't happy till 2015, and then I'm like thinking right now, I'm like, I'm still not happy with it. Like, I'm happy with it, but it's not definitely capped. I've got heaps to go. So I've had a lot of successful moments and thought, fuck, this is getting big, and then it just keeps getting bigger. So who knows? I still feel like it's got a long way to go. What has been your favourite moment running iKenny Motorsports? Good question. Just some cool shit. When cool shit happens, Wheeler Dealer off fucking Discovery or whatever, Foxtel came and did an episode at the shop. They just rang me up and said, hey Troy, can we do an episode at your shop? And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just some fucking car shop in fucking Dandenong. And yeah, fucking ended up doing an episode on there with me and my shaved head. I don't know if any of you remember that. It was a bit of an old one. But just moments when people acknowledge you and reach out, or working with Danny Green, someone that you see on TV and stuff, and then next minute you're working with them. Same as Will Sparks, and Sam Newman bringing his Lambo for Red Balls. That was how funny is this? When I told all these mates back in schoolmates and shit, or whatever, people I hung around with 18, 19, 20, saying, yeah, I'm going to quit Autobahn to do white walls, and they all laughed. Fucking, you think you're just going to white wall everyone's car in the world for the rest of your life? And then I remember just thinking Sam Newman's brought his fucking Aventador in for red walls. I'm still doing it, and yep, it's still working. So yeah, it's fucking moments like that are always good. What was the profession you wanted to be in after finishing school? Yeah, so like I said, I applied for the police force and fucking no good. And then I got really lost. I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? And I just had no idea what I was going to do, but just kept playing with cars. Probably the most serious. When are you putting a ring on Anita? It's a good question. Can't say because she's watching. No, I don't know. There's not much you can do. I don't really want to propose in the lounge room. Locked in my own house, so you'll have to work something out there. Do you manifest every day? Yes, every day. Some days I forget actually, and I sort of kick myself, and I'll need to watch a few law of attraction videos, YouTube stuff, to like reinstate it in my head and practice it. And then that'll keep me going for ages. And then sometimes I feel like I go a bit off track, and then I'll sort of slap myself and be like, fucking, what are you doing? Practice, be grateful for what you've got. Think positive. This is coming. It's all good. I live by manifesting everything. I wouldn't have what I've got today if I didn't manifest, and I wouldn't have what's coming if I'm not going to manifest. So, yep. Where did you get your teeth done? Please need to know. So I got top 8 done in Phuket, Signature Smile Phuket. It was fucking cheap too. It was like $3 or $4 grand for like top 8. And they didn't file them down much either, so you don't have like these little spikes like you think you do. 67. What cars do you currently own, and what cars are coming in the near future? Okay, this is a good one because I don't know if I can say them all. So I've got. So right now. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I've got a couple of surprises, but I got the GDO's getting the LSA conversion. I've got the drift car. I've got the I've actually got a GDSR Maloo, which I haven't posted. Still got to hand over the CLA, the Turbo GDO, and the LSA Maloo. They're all getting roadworthies and shit. Oh, I've got the VE Senator and a VF Senator. And I've got another car on the way, 2 more cars on the way, VF GDS and 1 more that I'll at least leave some secrets, alright? We'll leave it at that. And coming in the near future, yeah, I'll leave it at that. 68. Would you reckon it's better being a boss or working for someone? Stress and money. Very good question. I find there's 2 different types of people. Some people that can just work for themselves, run everything, self-discipline, create ideas. Then there's some people that are actually more successful working for someone. They know how to do shit and get it done. They just need to be told. So everyone's different. Me personally, I'm not good at like listening to instructions. I like to do things my way, so I'm not good for working for someone else. But there's definitely been hundreds of days where I'm like, fuck this, fuck everything. I just want to, like, I look at my staff and they're so cruisy, they can start at 9, finish in the arvo and go home, and they don't have to worry about anything that went wrong. And I just bash my head. I'm like, fuck, I would love to be in that position. Like, just sometimes you just have them days. It's just to wipe your hands and go, fuck it. It's the owner's problem. Like, it's fucking definitely a huge one there. Everyone's different though. Some people, I've got some mates that, they would be better off working for someone else, even though they're a gun at what they do. They just need to be like pushed and done, and everyone's different. 69. I've started following you. Can you give me a rundown of where you started to where you are now? Look, I've done a fair few talks like these, especially on the podcast with Leo and stuff. But real quick one. Just went to school, left school, did a bit of graphic design, worked at Autobahn and Hog's Breath, fucking cleaning dishes. Then I, on the side, started playing with cars, white walls, guard rolling, bit of vinyl wrapping. Did at Mum's garage. Mum got shitty, kicked me to Dad's shop. Dad had enough too. Too many people hanging around and shit like that. So they made me get my first factory. Got the first factory, started Instagram Facebook page, blew up, and then just took off from there. Ever see yourself getting an old Aussie muscle car like a HQ or even a VS? Good question. Well, I froth like HQs and old school tough, like, you know, all the HK GDSs and shit. Absolutely froth them, but I just can't fucking drive them. Like, I like my fucking technological shit, like power steering and just comfort and fucking. That's why I love the VF GDSs. They just fucking so comfy, drive good, got all your collision detection, Bluetooth, everything. I froth the old school cars. I really do. But like, fuck, like my GTO is as old school as it's going to get for me. I can't, even that, I hop out of the VF and hop into the GTO and I'm like, I can feel like I'm driving a boat. But yeah, I froth them, but I personally just, if I got one, I'd just look at it. I wouldn't drive it that much. I don't know. 71, what's been your biggest business failure and what did you learn from it? Fuck, that's a good question. The failure's a good thing because you learn so much from them, but they just suck that you have to go through it. That's one thing. I'm pretty pissed that I've spent $100,000 on my current factory and it's not mine. It's a rental. That's an expensive lesson. You know, just doing polished floors, upgrading security, electric this, electric that, fucking fitting it out, concreting areas, making gardens and shit. Didn't really think about it till like, I'm like, fuck, I don't even own this factory. But that's probably one thing. Another thing was like not having tight enough what do you call it, like system. So like at the start everything was just on paper or like cash receipt or this and that, and whenever I needed to look up a job, someone goes, oh hey, my wrap's not under warranty, and then I'm like, fuck, you know, I'll redo it, and then I like find some fucking bit of paper later, I'm like, fucking that wrap's like 10 years old, like what the fuck, and they said it was one, you know. But now everything's like really clean. I can look at each job, each date, what was done, when it was done, how much, like all that. So that's what I definitely had to learn from that. 72, how do you stay motivated day in, day out? You're a legend for inspiring other people. I guess the motivation, like I said, comes along with just doing my passion. But it's like pretty much what that person said. Like, I love inspiring other people. I love all the messages I get on Instagram saying, hey, like, you know, you inspired me to start my own coffee brand or this or that. You know, you inspired me to do this. And, like, you know, people like, you know, I've been depressed and watching your stuff, you know, makes me feel better. I love, like, you know, my highlight is coming home to, you know, a new vlog or new video or new whatever. Like, that's, I fucking love that. Like, just making people laugh and feel good. It's huge motivation there. 73. Anita's boobs as great as they look. 74. Did you plan out your business extensively or just go with the flow? I really, as I said, I plan my moves extensively. So how much the new rent's going to cost, how much more jobs I need to get through, stuff like that. But as far as like where the business has been going, has really just been going with the flow. So how'd you become so rich? 75. I guess you got to define what's rich. I think like rich is like freedom and health, stuff like that, good people around you. I don't think rich has got nothing to do with money. But if you're talking about money, I'm definitely not rich. So I just blow all my money on cars. 76. Do you listen to Gary Vaynerchuk, one of my favourite motivational guys? I do listen to Gary Vee and yeah, Tony Robbins, shit like that, you know. There's a lot of Kerr and Ray. It's another good one. There's a lot of like, you know, big motivational speakers out there say, you know, some really good shit. But for me, my biggest one growing up, going through everything has been Alan Watts, like an old school philosopher. And I've had so many nights where I've literally just put headphones on, laid in bed in pitch black and just really like got fucking deep into the, I guess, podcast or whatever. And it's really made me change my perception on life and what I think about. So for me, he's not your traditional, like, you can do it, you can fucking get up at 4 a.m. If you ain't sleeping, you ain't eating. He's actually like not a motivational speaker. He's a philosopher? I don't know. But yeah, he's been fucking awesome for me. 77, what would have to happen in your life to think I've made it? Good question. Like a big moment where I think, I've made it. Fuck, I don't know. Like, everyone's different. So I remember watching Yanamize, and he went into Lamborghini and picked up his brand new Aventador and his brand new fucking SVR Range Rover, and I'm like, fuck, imagine just walking into a dealer, buying a brand new car, fucking, because I always never had a brand new car, apart from the Camaro or the GTSR. But then I think, like, I want to travel the world and shit, and then I don't know. I fucking don't know when you think you've made it. I really don't know. Maybe if I've travelled the world, got all the cars I want, done everything, ticked every box off, but fuck, something new just keeps coming up. So yeah, I don't know. Don't know. How do you get your inspiration to start a business and learn how to run it? All comes down to passion. If you really love it, if you're not doing it for money, you'll make it happen. You'll start the business, you'll learn it all, because you're just passionate about it. You want to learn more. What is your favourite part about running ECM, and do you miss working in the shop? I used to love, like, just painting calipers, lowering cars, fucking just doing it all. It's so, like, therapeutic and easy, and, like, fuck, it's just like, you just put your music on and all you have to do is just that one job. In my head, I'm like, I've got to lower this car. Fucking just tools out, get to work and do it. Now working is like, oh fuck, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta order this, gotta answer this, call this person back, sign this email. It's just stressful. Whereas, like, I really miss that, like, look at my job, like, right, lower this car, paint the brakes, roll the guards, add some white walls on. That was my job for the day. Come in at 9 o'clock, get it all done, 5 o'clock, call the bloke, go, yep. Like, I really miss working on the tools. It was just therapeutic. It was just easy. Favorite part now is the fact that I can usually just work off the laptop no matter where I am, which allows me to, be in some nice places. What do you think about creating Easternats PCM style event here in Melbourne? Yes, that's my dream. I fucking need a block of land, and I'm going to bring it all back. How did you go about making so many good connections with people all around from Australia? Networking is huge. It's been a huge part of my personal life, my business life, everything. Reaching out, talking to people. All they can say is say no or not right back. You can always give it a shot. Like Candyman. I didn't even know him, and I said, hey, can we wrap your cars chrome gold? Send an email, contact him on Instagram. Worst comes to worst, you're just going to ignore it. But they ended up getting in touch, calling, saying, yep, Travis PA, how do we go about this? And same thing with everything. Just reached out to people. That's all you can do. And thank God for us. We're in the easiest generation ever with social media. You can literally find anyone at your fingertips. So, how'd you meet Nita? I think you already did that one. What advice would you give your 18-year-old self? Actually, to practice, like, manifestation, law of attraction, shit like that, because I don't think I was till about 20, so I could have got a 2-year jump on it. I think that's just got me through my life, like where I am now and where it's going to get me. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What should change? Surely in the next 5 years. I reckon me and Anita might be married with kids. I might be living in Queensland. I'd love to have my own track and property. Don't know, it could change. We'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to look back on this in 5 years. Use the danger swing. What else we got? Where's your dream place to live? Don't know yet. I have this thing where, like, your dream place to go, if you turn it to where you live, it doesn't become your dream place. Like, our favourite place is Ellie Beach, but if we lived there, we'd probably fucking get sick of it. So, yeah, I don't know. Melbourne is an easy place to live. Not at the moment, though. It's fucking over it, but yeah. See what happens. Where do you want to be this time next year? So this year I was supposed to be travelling. I had everything booked. Fucking, you name it. Egypt, fucking Dubai, Singapore, fucking America, Thailand. So looks like next year I'm going to have to squeeze all that and more in. So hopefully just fucking travelling. If we were to buy a car that wasn't Aussie, what would it be? C63S Coupe. They look mean as like Strong Lifters one, you know, all decked out with the fucking carbon lip kit, slam, big wheels, stuff like that. Yeah, definitely C63S if I couldn't go Aussie. If you go back in time and change one thing, what would it be? I put a lot of dumb shit on social media, which I ended up getting charged for, like the Skyline skid. That Skyline skid fucked me. It was literally just a burnout in my own shop. And I got a criminal record from it, endangering lives. It's fucked like so much shit, like travel, applications to be director of things. Like it's, yeah, that fucking, even though I didn't deserve it, it was just a fucking burnout in my shop. It really fucked my life, so yeah. When you raffle cars, do you take money from the funds to cover the cost of Mega? So this is a good question. I think a lot of people don't know how the raffles work, but to sum it up, as soon as you buy a ticket, the money goes straight to the charity. So as soon as you go on, buy a ticket, the charity's already got the money. Then at the end of the raffle, I can just invoice them and say, you know, the car was this much, the wrap was this much, and they'll reimburse me for it. But that way I get paid for all my work to be done. They get to donate the money, and there's no like, you know, stuff around like that. There's no worrying about where the money goes. It's not like I get all the money and then I'm like, I might give you $100, and you know, it's they get the money and I just get it back. And I know people go, oh, then why would you do it if you just don't like make any money? But honestly, the marketing we get from it's awesome. We've been on news fucking heaps, papers, everything. Our brand grows, you know, people talk about people winning a fucking crazy car for $25. And the third thing is, you're forgetting that each car is getting a full package. So it's like a customer coming in and going, oh, wrap, wheels, trim, suspension, this, that, you know, it's a 20 grand job. So it's like getting a customer coming in over and over, just going like boom, boom, boom. Like, so, yeah, we get paid for the work's done on it for sure. So, how do you never get caught doing skids? Gotta go to Mexico, mate. It's crazy over there. They just don't care. Advice to grow your Insta following for business. I don't believe in like competitions and shit like that. All you do is get fake followers who want shit for free. So I've never been like a, what do you call it, competition guy. I just like to give people genuine entertainment, because I think, why do I follow people? And I follow them for genuine entertainment. So if they fucking make me laugh regularly, doing cool shit, going cool places, it's just genuine. I'm genuinely interested and keen to watch their shit. So if I can do the opposite, reverse that, I'm sure people will be the same. So can you drift cars into work? Yes, there is. I got the Drift Monaro. It's going to be wild. Stout Automotive's been building it. We're doing a full vlog on it. You guys are going to love it. And I'll hopefully take it to Queensland. Tips for someone still in school. Look, in school, I was panicking because I didn't know what I wanted to do. But if you've got no idea what you want to do, just stay in school, write it out. You end up having... Look, I look back on it, school was one of the best times I had. You literally you're only there from 9 to 3. By the end of it, like year 11 and 12, you got that many spares and shit. You just fuck around with mates and... I don't know, I had fucking so much fun in school. But if you're absolutely fucking hating it and you wake up in the morning not wanting to go and it's just a fucking nightmare and you don't like the people there, or you're getting bullied, or you're just hating it, like there's no point being there. It's not the give or end. You're not going to be unsuccessful. I think as long as you can get out, spell, do some mathematics, have your head switched on, you've got good morals, you know, not to bully people, not to rip people off, you'll make it in life. So what investments do you do outside of iCandy and online platform, if any? I think I touched base on this, but yeah, some stocks. I'm hopefully getting into commercial fucking real estate. All my new businesses that are coming up, I've got a few new ones. Reinvesting in all my own stuff.
you know, I did some Bitcoin and stuff, but for my time that I have to put into it, I found it was a bit hard. But yeah, bit of everything really. 96. How come you personally never do any pre-1980s cars? Not interested or just like new shit? Yeah, just same as what I said before. Just the old interiors and, you know, like the bounciness and I don't know, the roughness. It's just not nice to drive. They look good on the outside, but I don't know. I'm just lazy. I just can't be fucked. Like no power steering and shit, no parking sensors, reverse cameras, all that shit just stresses me out. Alright, 97. When are you gonna propose to your girlfriend? Well, I can't really say that on here because she'll probably watch it and then she'll know my plans. But nah, there's not much we can do. We're stuck in Melbourne. We've got isolation. I mean, fucking not even allowed out of the house for more than an hour. There's not a lot, and within 5k radius, so there's not a great deal, you know, that I could do. And you're not allowed to be in more than one person, so can't really do much exciting stuff. So we'll just have to wait that one out. Actually, that's the last question. So, look, thanks everyone for watching. As I said, I'm no fucking pro, master, successful, super smart, know-it-all guy. These are just my opinions. It's what's worked for me, and these are the questions you're asking. And I've just been, you know, open and transparent and honest and tried to answer them as best I can. Hopefully, you know, you learn something or take something away from it, or, you know, can better you in some way with some bit of knowledge. But even if not, hopefully you just found it entertaining or had a laugh, whatever. Yeah, so actually make sure you guys are subscribed, like you subscribe, because I'm about to start a mini series with a budget build. So I'm going to get a car, do it up. I've got $5,000 to spend. And someone's going to, subscriber will end up with the car at the end of it. So make sure you get a head start, get subscribed. Because yeah, this is going to be cool, this little series. You won't want to miss it. All right, thanks guys. Cheers.